Hello. In this video, we will discuss the topic of responsible gaming, also known as responsible gambling or problem gaming, and its origins. The concept of responsible gaming, also known as responsible gambling, refers to the practice of gambling in a way that minimizes the negative consequences that can sometimes result from excessive or irresponsible gambling. The origins of responsible gaming can be traced back to the late 20th century, when the negative impacts of gambling on individuals and society began to be more widely recognized. As the gambling industry has grown and become more prevalent in modern society, there has been an increasing focus on the need to ensure that gambling is conducted in a responsible and sustainable way. This includes efforts to prevent problem gambling and protect vulnerable individuals, such as minors and those with gambling addiction. In response to these concerns, many governments and industry organizations have developed responsible gaming initiatives and programs that aim to educate people about the risks of gambling, provide resources for those who may be struggling with problem gambling, and establish guidelines and regulations to ensure that gambling is conducted in a responsible manner. These efforts have helped to raise awareness of responsible gaming and have played a significant role in promoting the practice of gambling in a responsible way. Write 500 words on the origins of responsible gaming. The origins of responsible gaming, also known as responsible gambling, can be traced back to the late 20th century, when the negative impacts of gambling on individuals and society began to be more widely recognized. As the gambling industry has grown and become more prevalent in modern society, there has been an increasing focus on the need to ensure that gambling is conducted in a responsible and sustainable way. This includes efforts to prevent problem gambling and protect vulnerable individuals, such as minors and those with gambling addiction. One of the key drivers of the responsible gaming movement has been the recognition that excessive or irresponsible gambling can have serious negative consequences, including financial problems, relationship issues, and mental health challenges. In order to address these issues, governments and industry organizations have developed a range of responsible gaming initiatives and programs that aim to educate people about the risks of gambling and provide support for those who may be struggling with problem gambling. One of the earliest efforts to promote responsible gaming came in the 1980s when the National Council on Problem Gambling, NCPG, was founded in the United States. The NCPG is a nonprofit organization that works to raise awareness of problem gambling and provide support and resources for those affected by it. In the years since its founding, the NCPG has played a leading role in the development of responsible gaming initiatives and has worked closely with governments, industry organizations, and other stakeholders to promote responsible gambling practices. In addition to the NCPG, a number of other organizations have been established to promote responsible gaming around the world. These include the International Association of Gaming Regulators, IAGR, which is a global network of gaming regulators. In addition to these organizations, many governments and industry organizations have also developed their own responsible gaming initiatives. For example, in the United States, the American Gaming Association, AGA, has established a set of responsible gaming principles that are designed to promote responsible gambling practices in the industry. Similarly, in the United Kingdom, the Gambling Commission has established a set of licensing standards that require operators to have systems in place to promote responsible gaming. Overall, the origins of responsible gaming can be traced back to the late 20th century and the growing recognition of the negative consequences that can result from excessive or irresponsible gambling. Since that time, a range of organizations and initiatives have been established to promote responsible gambling practices and protect vulnerable individuals from the negative impacts of gambling. Responsible gaming refers to the practice of gambling in a way that minimizes the potential negative effects that gambling can have on individuals and society. This includes recognizing and managing the risks associated with gambling, as well as promoting safe and healthy gambling practices. There are several key principles of responsible gaming, including gambling should be a form of entertainment, not a way to make money. Gambling should be viewed as a leisure activity, not a means of generating income. This means that people should not gamble more than they can afford to lose, and they should be prepared to walk away if they start to experience financial or personal problems as a result of their gambling. Gambling should be conducted in a safe and fair environment. Casinos and other gambling establishments should have measures in place to ensure that their operations are fair and safe, and they should be regulated to ensure compliance with these standards. Gambling should not cause harm to individuals or society. Gambling should not lead to social or personal problems such as debt, relationship issues, or addiction. Gambling should be socially responsible. Casinos and other gambling establishments should take steps to minimize the potential negative impacts of their operations on the community, such as by supporting local organizations and promoting responsible gambling practices. Problem gambling, also known as gambling addiction, is a serious disorder that can have significant negative impacts on an individual's life. Some of the effects of problem gambling include financial problems. Problem gambling can lead to financial problems such as debt, bankruptcy, and the loss of assets such as homes and cars. Relationship issues. Problem gambling can strain relationships with friends and family, and it may lead to the loss of important relationships. Legal problems. Problem gambling can lead to legal problems, such as when individuals commit fraud or theft in order to finance their gambling habits. Health problems. Problem gambling can also have negative impacts on an individual's physical and mental health, such as by causing stress, anxiety, and sleep disorders. Social problems. Problem gambling can also have negative impacts on society as a whole, such as by contributing to the development of gambling addiction in the community or by leading to an increase in crime. The role of the casino. Casinos and other gambling establishments can practice responsible gaming by implementing a variety of measures designed to minimize the potential negative impacts of gambling on individuals and society. Here are a few examples of how casinos can practice responsible gaming. Implementing responsible gambling policies and programs. Many casinos have responsible gambling policies in place that outline their commitment to promoting safe and healthy gambling practices. These policies may include measures such as offering self-exclusion programs, which allow individuals to voluntarily exclude themselves from the casino, and providing information and resources to help patrons practice responsible gambling. Providing training for employees. Many casinos offer responsible gambling training programs for their employees. These programs help employees to recognize the signs of problem gambling and to assist patrons who may be experiencing gambling-related problems. Implementing responsible advertising practices. Casinos should ensure that their advertising and marketing efforts are conducted in a responsible manner and do not target vulnerable populations or promote irresponsible gambling behaviors. Implementing measures to prevent underage gambling. Casinos should have strict policies in place to prevent underage gambling, including verifying the age of patrons and using identification scanners to prevent the use of fake ID. Supporting research and education. Casinos can also support research and education efforts related to responsible gambling, such as by funding research studies or partnering with organizations that focus on responsible gambling issues. Casinos should also implement a self-exclusion process for individuals. Self-exclusion from a casino is a process through which an individual can voluntarily exclude themselves from a gambling establishment. This typically involves the individual signing up for a self-exclusion program, which may be offered by the casino or by a regulatory body, such as a gaming commission. Once an individual has self-excluded from a casino, they are not allowed to enter the casino or to participate in any gambling activities there. The self-exclusion period can range from a few months to several years, depending on the individual's needs and the specific program they are enrolled in. Self-exclusion programs are designed to help individuals who feel that their gambling is becoming a problem and who want to take a break from gambling. These programs can be an effective tool for individuals who are struggling with gambling addiction or who are at risk of developing a gambling problem. Casinos and other gambling establishments are required to honor self-exclusion requests and to take steps to prevent self-excluded individuals from being able to gamble. This may involve using identification scanners to prevent self-excluded individuals from entering the casino or implementing other measures, such as prohibiting self-excluded individuals from opening credit accounts or receiving marketing materials from the casino. Self-exclusion from a casino is a way for individuals to take control of their gambling habits and to seek help if they feel that their gambling is becoming a problem. There are also several other steps that individuals can take to practice responsible gaming, including setting limits. It is important to set limits on how much time and money you spend on gambling. This includes setting a budget for your gambling activities and sticking to it, as well as setting limits on the amount of time you spend gambling. Seeking help if you have a problem. If you feel that your gambling is starting to cause problems in your life, it is important to seek help. This could include talking to a trusted friend or family member, or seeking support from a professional organization, such as Gamblers Anonymous. Being aware of the risks. It is important to be aware of the risks associated with gambling, such as the potential for financial losses and the risk of developing a gambling addiction. Seeking out responsible gambling resources. There are many resources available to help people practice responsible gambling, such as self-exclusion programs, which allow individuals to voluntarily exclude themselves from gambling establishments, and responsible gambling training programs for casino employees. Responsible gaming is an important concept that aims to minimize the negative impacts of gambling on individuals and society. By practicing responsible gaming, both individuals and gambling establishments can help to ensure that gambling remains a safe and enjoyable form of entertainment.